Hey man, the Pavs were on today, man. We got scuffles. We're hitting today, all right? That's day 5 of Eagles training camp. Wrapped up. This is Wesley. You're watching Beast on Broad Street.
Yeah, reporting live from the underworld. Coming from a place that's never been unearthed. How much is your soul? Tell me what it's worth. Do you put your pride or money first?
So with day 5 of Eagles training camp officially in the books, all right, we're in full swing here. The pads were on and we're hitting. We get to really see these offensive linemen, the D linemen, linebackers, get a glimpse at who these dudes really are, all right? Now, we got a report today, right? I guess there was a little scuffle. I don't know. So, apparently Fred Johnson, it was a red zone rep on 11-on-11, I believe. Apparently Fred Johnson pancaked Zack Baun. Now, there's no video of this, so I don't know how much of it was really a pancake, but apparently it was enough of a pancake where Zack Baun felt like he had to retaliate and get on this man. All right, so this is what we like to see, man. We're gonna see more fights. Not the last fight that's gonna happen, but these dudes care, man. They want to be there. They're fighting for a job. Zack Baun, like, we've been hearing about this dude all camp. All I hear is Zack Baun. Zack Baun this. He's getting all the first team reps, and whoever's lining up next to him, just Devin White. You know, he's getting the first team reps, and we got a little bit of news on Nakobe Dean. You start hearing a lot about it, and personally, man, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm out on Nakobe Dean right now. Like I'm out on him. Like he can't be on the field. It's like the best ability is availability, but it's just like, especially for a linebacker, man, like I can't. You gotta be able to beat out Zack Baun. You gotta be able to beat this man out. Like the job's up for grabs, and like by now, like we would just. I get it, right? Like we haven't really got like a large sample size of Nakobe Dean. But it's like, man, like I don't know, man. I'm out on him. I'm out on him, man. Like I was hoping that we would have got like one. I was hoping we get more of a sample size again. I get it, injuries happen, but it's like at that position, that a physical position like that too, like we need healthy guys. We need guys who are available to play. If that's gonna be Zack Baun or Devin White, maybe Jeremiah Trotter in the future. Like, if that's what it's got to be, then that's what it's got to be. I can't sit around here and just wait for Nakobe Dean. Like, I can't do that. We're in win now mode, man. Like, so as far as the foreseeable future goes, I'm out on Nakobe Dean, man. I'm pulling for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm pulling for him. I hope he can stay healthy this year, and I hope he gets a chance to shine. We'll definitely get to see him preseason. But as far as that goes, it's looking like, and if I had to guess, I know it's way too early to tell, way too early. But as of right now, if I'm going into the regular season, it's looking like it'd be Zack Baun and Devin White. Just as of right now, I get it, way too early. That could change in the future. But like I said, all I hear about is Zack Baun, man. Like he's the second coming of Bobby Wagner or something, man. Like Zack Baun is just him, I guess. According to our coaching staff, right? Yeah, Zack Baun is that guy. So, he got into it, I guess, with Fred Johnson today. And Fred Johnson, it's like he's not really like not exactly like who you would expect to be like a can't stand up, but like, his name's been popping up and not for any bad reason. So I'm here for it. All right. Fred Johnson, you laying pancakes on Zack Baun, like, hey. It is what it is, man. That's what I like to see. Moving on, we got some really good stuff from Quinyon today, man. We got he was getting he was first team nickel. He was getting reps there today, which is what I like to see too, because evidently that CB2 opposite of Slay, I guess has been they've been really. It's been Rodgers, man. Like he's been that first team guy, and he's also who I think it's looking like he's good. He's like right now he looks like the favorite for that CB2 across from Slay, and I like the beginning of the when we first got him. Like I was more expecting, like, all right, he's a nickel guy. Like he'll probably play that. He'll play the nickel CB spot. Like that's what I was expecting. But hey, if he's got to be CB2 and he's doing his thing, he's holding it down over there, man. But I ain't got no problem with it, right? And if we want to try Quinyon there, let's get him in there now, right? Get him in there earlier than later. But he was getting good reps with. There was a couple times we matched up with AJ Brown, and he's chirping at him. He made a couple good plays. Got he's riding AJ Brown out to the sideline, incomplete pass. There was another throw towards I guess it was the back of the end zone. That AJ caught it, but it was out of bounds. Quinyon's doing that that incomplete, that's out of bounds signal, which is just chirping at him, which is we've heard that earlier about Quinyon, that he's kind of like he's low key mouthy, which that fits the mold for cornerbacks, for DBs in the NFL, man. You got to be you got to have a screw loose to play that position. Everything's against you. You got to be a little crazy. You got you got to have a little something up missing up here, right? You got to play with a chip on your shoulder at all times. So that's good to hear. That's what I want to hear from Quinyon, right? Keely Ringo. I haven't heard anything really bad. I guess he's got some aside from getting mossed from Devontae. But you're gonna get a lot of guys get a lot of great cornerbacks gonna get mossed by Devontae Smith. Gonna get mossed by AJ Brown, man. They're getting their money's worth in this training camp. I'll tell you that much, man. These RDBs, who else would you want them to go against in training camp? They're going against probably the best receiving corps in football, right? So it's like, this is where you're gonna get those. This is where you're gonna get get your feet wet, right? Especially these young guys. So couldn't ask for a better situation. And any DB who can make a name for himself in training camp going against these guys, man, hey, that's good news, right? You're gonna be ready, and they're gonna be, I guarantee they do damage in the regular season when they go against some, some of these, not so good receiving corps or just like mid-tier corps. So loving what I'm hearing from our DB group. I cannot It does suck that Cooper DeJean is not getting these reps. It would be nice to have him out there. But what are you going to do? An injury bug, man. What are you going to do? Luckily, he's young. It doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's going to be like a lingering issue or anything that serious. So not too worried about it. But it just sucks with him, just getting mental reps all training camp. It's just not the same, especially once these pads go on. It's delaying the progress a little bit, so it is what it is. Other than that, though, DBs are looking good right now. We got Gardner Johnson. He was making some noise. I guess he was making some plays, he blew up a run, which you expect nothing less from this man. Look, especially when the pads go on. You're gonna start hearing names. All of a sudden, other guys are gonna start, getting chirped. You're gonna start hearing more about. Right, so pads go on. CJ is definitely one of these dudes, man. Once those pads go on, that's when the difference, right? That's where the difference is. Dude is not afraid to come downhill, make a play, blow something up, stick his nose in, tackles. He's the guy that we were missing. This is literally what we were missing last season. So it being that soft last season, how bad the tackling was from our DBs last season, not just the DBs, linebackers too, man. We needed that edge, and I'm glad we got this guy back. It's someone who we needed desperately. So good as far as that goes. The linebacking, the linebacker competition, it's still going on, but I mean, I'm expecting Zach Bond and Devin White to kind of be those guys and kind of like, kind of take the helm at those two the off-ball linebacker positions. So. Obviously, I guess Jeremiah Trotter, did you hear anything? I mean, we heard a little bit. I guess he made a play. They weren't really specific from what I heard. Like, he making a play on a run here or there. you know, it be like, what do you expect from, young guy? He's more of a project, like I said. Like, I don't expect him to just kind of like just instantly come in and just start lighting it up. But I mean, I'm hearing better news from him than I am Nakobe. I guess Nakobe Dean today. I guess he let up a touchdown. It was a pass to it was a swing pass to Kenny Gainwell on the outs, and I guess he just took, like, maybe he just didn't close it out in time. But it was Dean's play to make. Didn't get there in time. Kenny Gainwell takes that swing pass to the house. Now, with that, there's good. I guess he also was able to break up a pass in the backfield. So there's good with the bad, but look, I can't stress it enough, but like, I can't sit here and wait on Nakobe Dean to be that guy. This whole time, like, that's why I'm leaning like, look, at this point, I'll take Bond, Devin White. If those are the guys, those are the guys. I'm all right with it. I just hope they can, I just hope it's not what it was last year, like relying heavily on Nicholas Morrow last year and Zach Cunningham, and I don't want to. I can't do that. And what's dude's name? I'm blanking already. Shaka. What's Buddy's name? I can't remember, but linebackers need to be better this year, and I'm hoping these guys can be upgrades. We had some guys go down today. It wasn't. I mean, I can't say the same for Kendall Milton, but so Leonard Dickerson and Kendall Milton both were getting evaluated by trainers. Both were able to get up, walk on their own power. Kendall Milton went to the facility. Leonard Dickerson, he had some type of leg injury. They didn't specify, but he was able to get up, walk to the medical tent, got checked out, and he was on the sideline right after. So, again, it's gonna happen, especially with these big guys. Like, you're gonna get, they might tweak something here or there, but luckily it wasn't anything too serious, especially for Landon Dickerson. I'm hoping Kendall Milton's okay, because he's another guy that I really want to see, especially come preseason. That I just want to see what he has. I don't know too much about him. I just know he's from Georgia, and I don't really know a lot about this guy. So I really want to just see him live in action. Speaking of running backs, I want to take it back to my point of, Kenny Gainwell being our running back too, and that not being such like, I feel like some of us want to pick up, or they just want like this, our running back too, whoever's backing up Barkley, like we want to like go and grab somebody, or you want it to be Will Shipley, who again, like he apparently, like the past couple of days, he's been doing his thing, especially as far as catching passes out of the backfield, which I'm all for. But I mean, let's say we're going into this regular season and we're going in Kenny Gainwell, like, look, I'm not mad at that. Like, I really don't think Kenny Gainwell's like that bad of an option at running back, or at the second string running back. But we got Barkley. I'm happy about that. But I'm just saying, Gainwell's durable, and he's shown that he can take the ball and really put his shoulders down, fall forward. He can do that. Like, I like the way he runs personally. But moving on, Hurts, I guess, our boy Hurts actually had a throw that should have been picked. For one, it's supposed to be his first, like, the first ball that should have been a turnover of camp so far. He threw it, went to Keely. He threw a pass right, and it was like right to Keely Ringo, and Ringo just dropped it. I bet Ringo is kind of PO'd about that, but I mean, I guess that's the first ball that should have been turned over that Hurts threw. Again, not a lot of stock getting put into that for me. It is what it is. Other than that, I mean, he had a good camp, especially in when they were in the red zone, like I think he went 3 for 4. Hurts. He went 3 for 4. That being 3 touchdowns out of those 4 attempts, and that's another thing that we need. Like we need to be able to score in those red zone opportunities, and not settling for 3 is pretty important, especially going into this year. We need our offense to kind of be our identity going into this season. Defense is going to be our question mark. And again, I'm hoping they're going to be straight. I hope they're aggressive. And truthfully, I can't see how they can be worse than last year. Speaking of defense, something I loved hearing today is Jalen Carter, man. Jalen Carter. This is the guy we're looking to take that extra step this season. Man, he apparently is throwing, dude. Like, this is not the first time I heard this too. I think Jurgens was struggling blocking Jalen Carter, but today I guess he was evidently he was tossing Mekhi Becton. And anyone who knows, Mekhi Becton is not a small dude, man. This dude is huge. So for Jalen Carter to be just throwing him around, man, like, that's saying something. And not something that we already knew, but it's nice to know that, like, he's still that aggressive, and he's still, like, he's looking to be that guy, right? So he's looking to be that guy who's just unblockable. That demands extra attention on the line. And if he's gonna be alongside Jordan Davis, like, this is good, man, because you're gonna have to double somebody, right? You're gonna have to either double Jordan Davis, you're gonna have to double Jalen Carter, man. Someone's gonna take that attention, and when someone takes that attention, that's just enough room for everyone else to eat, right? So love hearing that. And again, Jalen Carter is one of those guys who I'm just not worried about. I'm not worried about him. So defensively, today was, a decent day, especially as far as a D-line goes. I just can't wait to see our D-line rotation. I don't think we have crazy depth like we've had in the past, but I still think that we're straight there. It's just a matter of guys taking that second step. Nolan Smith, the Georgia Dogs, man. Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Like, these guys need to take a massive step this season, and that's going to be crucial for our defense. Our DBs, most of our DBs are young. Aside from like Slay, they're going to be young or new to the team. So it's like, we can't have these guys out. No one in the NFL is going to be able to can defend these receivers, stay on these receivers for 8 seconds, man. We need to get pressure. We need to get home to the quarterback, whether it's blitzing or just straight rush. So that's a major point of emphasis for me this season. I'm going to keep my eye on that defensive front. And if we're blitzing, I want to see Devin White. Like, I want to see Devin White blitzing gaps, getting sent through gaps, and getting after the quarterback too. I think that's going to be massive. I don't think we need to rely on just like that front, our defensive front, our down linemen, just to get to the quarterback all the time. Like, I think we would do that a lot. And I think this year is like, let's disguise some blitzes. And I know Vic Fangio, he can disguise. Like, he's great at deception. So I think we'll be good there. I'm just anxious, I guess, is a better, like, I'm anxious to see this defense, what it's going to look like, and how we're going to get to the quarterback. So, if we're getting the quarterback, I'm fine with our defensive back. I know our DBs are going to be good if we're getting to the quarterback. We've all seen it, especially that 2022 season. We're getting home to the quarterback. The DBs will take care of the rest. And we have guys who can make plays on defense, especially safeties corner. Like CJ Gardner-Johnson is a ball hawk, man. Get the ball out of the hand, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands fast, man. This guy's gonna be on. He's gonna be on the ball all the time. Slay. I want to see the big play Slay. I don't want to just see Darius. I know, I would be called that, but it's like I felt like we're seeing a lot more Darius than big play Slay as of recently. So would love to see some big plays, right? I want to see Keely Ringo. I'm excited to see what he can do, but I'm thinking, at least my prediction, I'm thinking that the corners are gonna look like Slay obviously. Then we're gonna have Isaiah Rogers on the other outside along. He's gonna be on the other end of Slay. Then we're gonna have see Nichols where it gets tricky, but I don't see what we need to get one of these guys like Quinyon Mitchell. Like I don't think he should redshirt a season. I don't think like get him out there. I think he should be that nickel guy if anyone, especially if DeJean, who I kind of thought might be that versatile, could kind of play that safety, come down, play nickel, kind of be that hybrid type of guy. But if he's out, let's see what Quinyon can do. They need to get time. I want to see them on the field. So whether it's Quinyon or DeJean, and DeJean being hurt, it's looking like it's gonna be Quinyon. So that's who I think what our corners are gonna look like. Obviously, we're gonna have CJ playing safety, and that the other safety I know is like kind of up in the air, but let's be real, man. I know we got Avonte Maddox, who another guy who I thought might be like he's in play for nickel, but he can't really stay healthy, and we can't rely on him to stay healthy. And it just seems like they're trying him a lot at safety, like that second team safety. I think second team today was as far as the safety position goes, the second team was Maddox and Bradbury. And let's be real, man, Bradbury I don't expect to even be here by the start of the season. So I'm thinking Maddox is gonna be a backup safety, if I had to guess, or that's at least where they want to see him. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Other than that, but I'm really not worried about that. I'm curious to see Reed Blankenship, alongside CJ Gardner-Johnson. Like I know everyone was like, not everyone, but I know a lot of people wanted Justin Simmons to come, but it's like, I'm fine with Reed Blankenship, man. Like, again, he's just one of those guys. Like, yeah, last year it looked bad. Everyone looked bad last year. Everyone looked bad on our defense last year. So it's like, I get it. I get it's like, oh, Reed Blankenship's getting exposed. He's not really that good, but it's like, everyone was getting exposed last year. Some guys just looked way worse than others. I don't think Blankenship was really someone that's like alarming. I don't think he should be your best safety, right? Like that was a problem. Like I don't think Reed Blankenship is this world beater, and he should be your number one safety. But alongside Gardner-Johnson, why not? Why not? I'll take that. I don't like people are making Blankenship out like he's just pure buns. He's not. So again, I like where our defense is at. Especially after that drop off of a season, that awful collapse, that god awful collapse last year. I like where we're at. It's just whether or not we can get home on our pass rush, and whether or not we can stop the run. I can't stop the run, make tackles, stop the run, get through these gaps, contain. I just don't want to see 8 yards per carry like it was last year, or at least it felt like it. As far as offense go, that wide receiver 3 battle, again, we talked about it yesterday, man, but Paris Campbell just seems like the guy right now. It's his position to win or lose. You would have liked to see like Ainias Smith. I know that's someone who I was pulling for, come up and really give that a battle. It's just not looking like it. John Ross, I hear, he's having okay camp. He's up for, he's a potential, he is a candidate, but he potentially could start at that position. But right now, I just think Paris Campbell is just taking that, he's a clear favorite at that position, in my opinion. And again, like wide receiver 3, like we don't need crazy production from wide receiver 3 this season. Like I know, like we want to know, and that's a battle to watch. But it's like whoever it is, it's like you'll take Paris Campbell at your wide receiver 3, especially if he's, if he's the guy during camp that you want to like enter the season with. It's like, yeah, take that. You don't need 1,000 yards. You don't even need 800. You don't need 800 to 1,000 yard seasons from your wide receiver 3 position. We already got two guys. We're good. We're good at receiver, and our offense is just another thing where it's just like that to me. Our offense is gonna be the identity of our team. That's going to be the driving force of our team. They're gonna win games for us. They're like some game like I would imagine at least 3-4 games out of the season at the very least are gonna be determined by like our offense, whether or not they can shoot it out with the opposing team's offense. So that's to me is going to be our solid. And defense, just like whatever they can do, will take, man. A good defensive game. If they can win a defensive game, beautiful, beautiful. I'll take that because they're only going to get better. They're young, and they'll get better. But I mean, look, we look good right now. We look real good. I'm so confident in this team right now, and I'm really excited to see what they can do going into the season. I think Mekhi Becton might be in play for that guard spot. That's who I like right now. But we'll see when Steam comes back. Steam will be fine. I'm not exactly sure when he'll be back, but he should be back within the next few days or the next few practices. So let's hope he can get back. And I know they're looking for him to take that that starting guard position, and have Becton kind of be that like flex O lineman who can kind of sub in where it's needed, because he definitely can. And that'd be, I think we are great depth there. So everything looks good right now. Everything looks good. But again, it's training camp. It's first day with Paz. We really get to see, dudes kind of, laying hits on each other. So we'll see. I think tomorrow's just walkthroughs. So I wouldn't, I'm obviously going to follow it, but I'm not really taking. It's a slow day tomorrow. It's a slow day tomorrow as far as Eagles football goes. So let's hope, once we get back, what is it? Tomorrow's Wednesday. So Thursday, right, is the open practice. I'll be watching that, the Hall of Fame game. I know they're both on, they run into each other, so I'll probably be watching them on separate screens, but it's back. I'm happy. I feel good about this squad, man. You should feel good about the squad. It's hurt season all over again. And I can't wait to see what these guys can do. I can't wait to see how Hurts responds after all this long off season. I can't wait to see how the team responds after this long off season. And I want to see what Nick Sirianni, or who Nick Sirianni is. We got Kellen Moore, which just looks like he's got his hands all over the offense, which is fine by me. I'm sure everyone will agree. It needs to be his play calling responsibility. He's making the calls. I want to see his offense. I don't want to see bubble screens. When Julio Jones, we were throwing bubble screens to Julio Jones last season, having Devontae Smith block. So I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to be able to call that we're doing a quarterback draw from the couch. And if I can call it, if I know what we're running from the couch, that's a problem, man. That's a huge problem. I don't want to see anything like that. I don't want to go through that again, man. That was one of the hardest football seasons I've had to watch. I'm a little traumatized from it, and trying to stay positive throughout the off season was hard. So now it's just like, all right, at least we got something to go off of. At least we got we're getting a little bit of answers, and hopefully we'll get to see this product we will get to see the product on the field soon. And I just hope it just hope it translates. I hope this good news from training camp is gonna, go right into the preseason, and then from the preseason into the regular season. That first week in Brazil is about as much adversity as we need, and I'm excited for it. I want to get there as soon as we can, but let's do these small things. Let's get right first. Let's keep hitting. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. There's a lot of injuries going around. I mean, in fact, let me knock on wood and stop talking about that. Everything's gonna be okay. We're good. They're good. Let's play some football. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, reporting live from the underworld, coming from a place that's never been unearthed. How much is your soul? Tell me what it's worth. Do you put your pride or money first?
One last thing. Just want to thank all of you, anyone who's coming through, supporting. I just started up this channel. I'm only a few videos in right now. So anyone who's been watching, who's liked, who supported me, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram, I just want to thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart. I'm just trying to get warmed up into this, just getting my feet wet. I'm not used to doing videos. I'm doing it off my phone right now, obviously, as you can see, not in my studio. I'm trying to get my studio figured out. So, get my mic set up properly, more so my camera. I'm, streaming from my DSLR camera. It's a headache right now, so I'm trying to get that figured out. We'll be up and running soon. I'll be back down in the studio where it's a lot cooler, man. I got one fan over here, so I'm excited for that. And again, I just want to thank you all. Appreciate you. Love you. Go Birds.